everybody, and welcome to another episode of American Groove, segment of Lost in the Groove, with your host, Dave.
And your other host, Karissa.
Yay!
Yay.
So we have decided to have this conversation. Hi!
You already have one of my friends watching? That's great.
Yay!
Yeah, cool.
So do you want to announce? Do you want to announce what we're talking about today?
Yeah, we woke up. I mean, I want to say we woke up, like as if we woke up together. But I mean, we call each other when we wake up. And I was like, we woke up one morning and I was like, did you hear about Kanye? And he was like, yeah, I heard about Kanye. And me and him just like went on for like 20 minutes about Kanye. And we were like, okay. We need to do an episode. Like, basically, it was like, okay, fine. Let's bring it to the episode, you know?
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's just like...
I mean, yeah, we're just another group of people covering Kanye. I have so much to say. Like, you know, and there's so many different ways that this conversation can go. And we've had this conversation a couple times, like, you know, between each other. And I mean, where do you even start? David?
I mean, it's a very hard conversation to have. And the reason I say this is because you're dealing with somebody that, if you look in the span of the past 20 years, has had a very strong career, meaning where he's had to do a lot of the groundwork for himself to get where he's gotten to now. And I feel like the issue that is not being addressed, which we try to do as a podcast, is being able to face it firsthand. And I don't believe in cancel culture. I don't believe in wokeism. I don't believe these are the right approaches to deal with society's issues that we face as of present day.
I mean, I first off just want to. Today I was like reading that Elon Musk suspended him. Now, I don't agree with anything that Kanye West was saying. Like, and I don't ever agree with hurting people or generalizing people or any of that type of shit. But I thought that Elon Musk bought Twitter in order to not monetize it or whatever the word is. And now he's just, you know, suspending people. It's like, oh, so you're going to pick and choose? Like, I'm really quite disappointed. Like, I don't think that people should say hurtful things or use Twitter as like a shitty place, but it's like, okay, like I am genuinely disappointed that he's just basically suspending and kicking people off too. I mean, I don't know that he's kicking anyone off, but like I'm sure I'm not the only one that's had that thought. Like, okay, so it's okay to kick off Kanye?
See, the issue over here is that the way that the picture, the way that it's being presented, and again, I am the person speaking as on behalf of Jewish people from my point of view, which is where it's being addressed where people are wanting an apology, okay? And we've had conversations about this back and forth, and we've discussed this lengthily. I don't believe that to have the conversation is to ask, first of all, for anything. That's number one. Number two, for an apology. I feel like the approach that we're dealing with this society right now, in a way, is no different than how we would have approached situations, let's just say in the 1950s, okay? Where you would just point at somebody and be like, oh, communist. You're too sneaky around the cooler.
Sneaky around the cooler. I'm like, that's a term, didn't they? They used that.
Yeah. Yes, they did. Yeah. That is a term.
I don't even remember what it means.
Neither do I, and I don't think that's the point.
I know we'd have to like ask like a person from back then.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm like early Kanye West. I remember like in the beginning being like, whoa, Like Kanye West, I mean, it's seriously like early 2000s. I remember when he first started like becoming popular.
He's a
And
very talented
he
artist.
was really good at producing. He was really good at
Yes.
remixing music.
Yes.
He was good at yeah, producing music, creating beats, stuff like that. He produced music for other artists for a while. I think that's how he made a lot of money after he made his own stuff, and he was always into like the voice tone stuff. And then like when I moved out here, he became like Yeezy or Yee or whatever that
Ye
stuff is. He started talking to him. He started saying that he was a god. And this was when like people were kind of like saying, like Kanye's crazy. And I remember like then he put out like this song and it was like, I am a god. And it was like, oh, oh, okay, like, and
Well, he's not the only he's not the only artist that has done that. I mean, there has been other artists. Eminem did that.
I
Um,
remember it being kind of like a everybody noticed kind of thing, and
yeah, yeah, it was.
I don't feel that he didn't. I feel like he's okay with that type of attention. I mean, I feel like he's dabbled with it enough that he to continue to act this way, he must be okay with these type of reactions. Now, this is just me making assumptions based on my ways of observation, like observing human nature. Like I'm just like
Indeed.
I'm just kind of like, this is kind of, to me, this sounds like what a human, why a human would do this. And to me, I ask myself, well, he's already seen how the public reacts to him being crazy. So I'm guessing that he's doing it intentionally, like is my thing, because he's seen how the public reacts to these things, like otherwise I feel like he'd change it. Like, I guess what I'm saying is that the public's response makes no difference in his choices. Maybe that doesn't need to be pointed out, but I think it's worth pointing out.
No, it is an important thing to point out, and I think it is because we have to understand something. When you're a creator, an artist, whatever the field may be, when you're doing something different like what we're doing, I mean, this is what I have been doing, creating something that is different and is raw and unique in its own regard. When you have an artist that's been constantly been treated as just one thing and has, like I said, had to have created what he became. He built everything from like very early on, and then he became what he was. The past, I don't know, let's just say you're old enough to remember this. I think like he blew up about 16, 17 years ago.
Well, yeah, that's
Just
what I was
about.
talking about. It was kind of early 2000s.
Yeah.
So it could have been even earlier than that. But I remember he had that one song that was like super popular. And then he had a whole album that came out. And he was like different, than other rappers, which was really refreshing. Like Kanye lacked like an aggression that, or like a rough masculinity that I see, that I saw a lot more in rap music back then. And I feel like since then I had seen more artists that come out with more like emotion, like I
Yeah.
don't know, like The Weeknd, Drake, like stuff just kind of started getting like more, it was like comfortable to be like in that group of music
That's
and
Twix,
be a
our
little bit more
producer.
different. I don't know.
Louis, our director, hasn't piped up yet, but he
I
will.
I guess what I'm trying to say is that he was good. Um,
Yeah.
and that, I guess that's what makes this even harder. Um, I don't know why I'm shocked. Like, think about it. Like, think of all the different artists, ones that my parents love. They go through big changes, and sometimes they shock you in bad ways. But I don't know. I think there's something up.
Um Sorry, our producer's just making
Oh
sure
my
our mics
god! Twix
and
is, like,
everything is
in the camera.
Yeah,
Twix is
she's
live, everyone. Twix is
okay.
live.
Well, actually, this is not kid friendly, so we can keep the butt in the picture.
Whatever, it's a cat.
Yeah, it's a cat. Who cares? So I mean, like going with this, like it is true. Like there are these artists that they just stood out. You know, there was that spark about them. There was something about their story that you just related to their art, their music, whatever they were creating. And when they say drastic things, and especially when they have this ability and power and fan base and all of this, it hurts a little bit more. It
Yeah.
does. It does hurt. It does hurt a little bit more because we know the backstory. I think most of us do.
Well, you said to me, like, "Oh, it'd be one thing if, some hodunk guy in, like, Alabama said what Kanye said," but it's not. It's Kanye that said it, and it does make a difference, you know?
It does.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
It's hard to. It's hard to be able to rationalize it because then you ask yourself this question of if you have this person that represents the strength of being unique and standing up for yourself and doing what you want to do, not what the motherfuckers want you to do.
I do kind of feel like, for a minute there before the anti-Semitic comments, and before any type of racism at all, there was like a moment, like way, way long time ago, where I felt like, Kanye's sick of the structure of things, and I almost had this like hope, and then it came out like this, and I'm like, ew,
I know.
like I don't. It's again just disappointing. I wonder about Kim K. I wonder, nobody ever talks about I guess I just don't listen to it, but, like, I feel like I don't get, like, any, like, raw, truthful details
You're
about
not going to get that, honey. You're
right?
not going to get that. You're not going to get
Nobody's
that from the
talking about it.
Kardashians. No, honey. The
Nobody's talking about
Kardashians,
it.
the
Yeah, and that's
Kardashians give
actual
you
truth.
shit, girl. They give you full on motherfucking shit, straight
I'm
on
not
Vogue
gonna claim
magazine.
that. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know enough, but
Oh,
what
I know
I
enough.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, like, I never get the full truth, and there's a reason for that, I think. It's just my opinion. Um, it's
Yeah.
the whole I can sit in my car and kind of space out wondering about what life is like married to Kanye West or what it had been like. They were still, like, hanging out and, like, talking and stuff, and he was, like, helping her with Saturday Night Live and shit, like, what's that all
Can,
about?
but okay, but try to understand this for a
I talk
second.
too fast. I'm like,
No, 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 no. No, you're fine. You're fine. But like, you have these two toxic people. Okay. When I say
Okay.
toxic, I don't mean that they themselves are horrible people. Toxic meaning that they have traumas that when you combine these different people together, it just creates a very unhealthy combination. I don't know their couples personally. This is me as a spectator seeing it
Yeah.
from the other side. That's what I saw. So I could be completely wrong. I don't know. All I'm saying is from what I can see and just the way that everybody's been fucking around reacting to this is why are we taking it too seriously instead of looking at it for what it actually is? Something's going on with him. There's something that's bothering him. Okay? Maybe he has I'm not excusing whatever he said, okay? There's no excuse for anti-Semitism and bullying. Okay? And
Well, and just
possibly
telling other
causing hate.
people
Yeah.
yeah, sorry, possibly causing hate is what you said, as I rudely spoke over you because 'cause I'm a
Sorry.
stoner idiot. I
Yes.
just what is the point of telling other people what they should be doing or thinking? Like that, no.
No,
Like, it's okay to say what you think about things, which is what you and I
right?
do. But go ahead and hold me true to it, like, I'm not gonna tell other people what to think. Why is he freaking doing that? Why is he telling Jewish people what to do or what they should be doing or what they should think? Like, is he really doing that? Like, I've never seen it, and it freaked me out because I, like, got on the internet and we were looking for, like, reputable, like, sources, and
We found,
everything is trash. It's all,
yeah.
like it's all just, BuzzFeed and
Okay,
Rolling
here.
Stone
You
and
you you want an
NPR, like,
example?
everything is influenced, all of it. It's just
Yeah,
gross.
do you want an example? Okay, we have this article we're going to be using throughout the podcast. I'll put a link in the description. In 2013, I'm going to read off what it says over here. It was during an interview on New York City's hip hop and R&B radio station Power 105 1.1 FM.
I usually
Was
like that radio station, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Their 105 is
It's the best in the car, man. Like,
yes, it
when I moved
is.
here, I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
And West made a remark about Jewish connections. Okay, so I'm gonna go over the good part where he says that's because he ain't got those connections. Black people don't have the same level of connections as Jewish people. Black people don't have the same connection as oil people. And it then states the ADL denounced the statement as classic anti-Semitism. Um, I'm just like
So, when did this happen?
2013.
Hmm. I mean,
There's just so many there's so many question marks that come into my mind of somebody spent the time to dig this up and to put this in this article about Kanye West. And I'm trying to understand this person's point. You see, why am I saying this? Because these people that are writing this are the same people that we're seeing all these videos and articles about. They're all writing about the same kind of things. Are we so comfortable with cancel culture that we need to nitpick and grit and dig to motherfucking 2013? Okay, I remember 2013. Honey, it ain't pretty years for a lot of celebrities, okay? That I
yeah,
remember. It was
they dig
not a
up
pretty year.
everything.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was oh my god, it was a bad year. It was definitely a bad year.
they dig up everything about everybody. I mean, I'm sure, 20 years from now, they'll dig up what I said last Tuesday and they'll play one little clip of it, you know? But they
That's
never
what they
play this
do.
part where
No,
I
they don't.
tell, they're gonna do that.
Of
I
course
don't
they are.
know. What did I say on the phone earlier? I'm not gonna make everybody happy. It's not gonna
No.
happen, but I don't tell people what they should think. I'm only talking about me, and I think that everybody else should be allowed to have their opinion too. But Kanye West, if he really said this shit, I don't like that, okay? Um, I guess, yeah, maybe he said the shit. I just wanna know, like, it seems weird to care that much, to go through all this effort to say things that would blatantly offend people. Hi, Twixie.
This episode is probably going to piss off a lot. You're right. This episode probably will piss off a lot of people.
Why?
But
Like, what have I even said that pisses people off? Like, it's just
it's
like,
the idea of even
ugh.
supporting the smallest idea, because I'm a person that can support, and I'm going to say this. I love Michael Jackson's music. Okay? I fucking love Michael Jackson's music.
Well, now you're
Right?
gonna get a whole other group of people upset.
I know. But I still will not excuse the fact of his problem that he had with children, that problem that he had. I will never excuse that. That's a horrible thing. But I still will love his music. The thing is, we need to be able to learn is to dissect the problem. Okay? If you want to spend your entire life just looking at the outside scope and not even trying to go in and seeing the different levels, the different connections, how can we better ourselves as a society? I get it. It's racist, it's hurtful, and it's fucking painful. I'm with you. And I'm not taking that away.
It's shocking. Like, I
It
think
is.
everybody just keeps, like, talking about it. Like, it's just
Yeah.
kinda like, "What the fuck?" And,
Fuck.
you
Yeah.
know, and there's not a lot of people that are, like, doing something worse. And, like, I think people wanna talk about it because it's like, you know, like, "Yeah, I made mistakes myself, but did you hear about Kanye
Yeah.
West?"
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. But it is on every freaking news, like, source. Like, I was like, "Ew, like, what is this?" And then, like, never in my life have I seen, like, headliners drawing your attention, like, little ads drawing my attention to, like, Israel's, like, magazines and media pages and things like that. Like, I was like, "Since when am I shown, like, you know, newspapers that come out in Israel and, like, their, like, pages?" Like, I'm like, "Why?" I don't know. I was very weirded out by my computer today, like, when I started looking at Kanye West stuff. And I'm also, like, worried to have Kanye West in my search bar. Like, I feel like that's not good. Like,
No. No, it's
it's like,
not.
but, like, I mean, I'm doing this episode, so I just wanted to, like, see what people are saying right now. Some girl at my work today, she said that, possibly, Jeffree Star and Kanye West were fucking, and that
What? I was like, what? And then I went, what the fuck? And I was like,
she said that's why
mm-mm.
possibly why he moved to Wyoming, and I was like, "Damn, Imma say that on the podcast."
Mm.
'Cause there's nothing that I
Girl,
love
don't start
more.
spreading shade.
No, I said I heard, doesn't mean I know that
And
it's real.
I know, it might be totally fake, but I fucking love this
But
story.
what I really okay, ever since I stopped looking at the news, 'cause, like, I'll admit, I don't watch the news, okay? Like, and I don't like it, and I cut it out of my life during the pandemic, but I will go on and do research. Like, I'll go on the internet, do research for shit, you know? But, like, I kinda really like to observe the people and see what it is that they're talking about and what they think of the things. So, like, for me, it's like I'm getting a feed on, like, the people around me and, like, the world and the society. And, like, I can see that, like, the things that Kanye is saying is making people really upset. It's making the people around me really upset. And I feel like, yeah, I can watch a million news sources, whatever, waste my time with that. But what I really care about is the people around me, you know? And so sometimes, like, you know, during like COVID problems or like different things in the news or like shit that's really bad, I go, ooh, all my friends are really upset about
Here's
this.
the thing also, okay? And I don't know this for a fact. I'm not the only person like me that's Jewish and secular that exists. There's a lot of people that are like me that exist, especially in New York. And I can't guarantee this, but it's possible that Kanye has dealt with these artists because they are a part of that scene. I cannot believe that he would say that the Jews that are a part of the rap scene, the music scene, part of, certain subcultures of Hollywood are all bad people. Some of these people are motherfucking hard. You know some of these people. They're motherfucking hardworking people that some of them were homeless and they live like shit and they built themselves up and they fucking care about the community around them. They really give a shit. He
Mhm.
knows those people are real. He has to.
He hasn't been around it. I mean, I was guessing that he
Hold
was
on.
irritated with like corporate companies and that he had like a bad run in with someone who was Jewish, and then now he's lumped them all together into this thing. Does not excuse saying anything. I'm just like trying to like,
No.
you know, I don't know. I'm just like, what was the thinking? It doesn't make anything okay. But I mean, we had said, that this is a case of mental illness. I mean, at least, I mean, it's something to consider.
It makes sense.
I, for one, have, and some people might be like, fine, who gives a fuck? But I don't know. I'm not that way about suicide. I have worried before that, he would kill himself, you know? Like, it does worry me sometimes, like, especially when he got divorced at first. Like, I was like, whoa, like, the whole world is like, like burning this man. Like, what if he, like offed himself? Like, that'd be really like dramatic, you know?
Can I throw a shout out?
Who's this?
All right, so this is a gal that I know. Her name's Margarita. Shout out to you. So she said he say shit to keep people talking about him.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I was saying. It just seems like planned. Like he already knows the reaction that he gets. Okay.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's a good point. I was thinking about that today. Damn.
We appreciate your comment.
Thank you so much.
It's right on cue. Right on
right
point.
on cue. Yeah, really
Right?
on
Yeah.
cue.
Blip, 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 blip. Thank you. What's her name?
Margarita.
Margarita. Hi, Margarita.
Yeah, girl, Margarita.
Hi. That's a good name.
Yes, it is a good name, and it's a very fitting name. But
my friend saw Kim K at Target. I wanted to tell you that. I was like, "You what?" Like
what?
I don't know. That seemed like a big deal to me. And I was like, "What? Which Target?" I guess the Target out by Calabasas or like Woodland Hills or something. She was out at that Target just like during the day, like just like shopping with her daughter and her bodyguard. I was like, "Damn, girl, I wish I went to Target with you. I would love to just like see her." I guess it was quite obvious that it was her. Like she had like the long, like super blonde hair and a bodyguard. So I guess that's how you know it was her.
Yeah, of course you do. I mean, like, when Kim Kardashian walks around, there needs to be a servant in presence. It's not it's not Kim Kardashian without the servant.
She had a little Northwest with her too. I think that'd be a really dead giveaway.
Yeah.
But that's weird to me that those people are kind of like walking around the same Targets. I don't know. I'm like, what's she doing at Target? I don't know. Like, I was kind of like, what does she do at Target? What does Kim Kardashian do at Target? Does she buy things there? Does she's like, I want some gum.
I'm like scared. I really don't want to know which. She's like probably like buying like one leaf of kale, and just like one sesame seed, and like closing the whole Target so she can get like the kale and the one fucking little.
Everyone was at the Target, so she didn't close the Target, but she probably could have. But okay, so she's not closing the Target.
She wanted to mingle with the normies.
Yeah, somebody said that. They were like, is she just like doing normal person stuff now because she's like divorced? She's like, I'm gonna go to the Target. Like, I don't know. It actually made me feel kind of good to know that like, oh, we both go to the Target. Like it doesn't make me feel good. I don't know.
Can I just say, she literally got her fame from throwing it back. I'm just like, it's kind of funny because if you think about it,
I love our interaction here.
I love this too. This is fucking amazing. This is the thing about like the Kardashians, and this plays a really crucial part of the Kanye West story and sequels. And their interwoven connection comes from this idea where it's not Kim, it's the Kardashian. The Kardashian comes before the Kim. So it's kind of like the Kardashian is what makes Kim Kim. See my point?
Where did you hear this?
If you think about it, their whole empire is revolved around one singular empire. You know what I'm saying? It's just, it's a cult. I'll say it. It's a fucking cult. We've known this for years.
She was like, friends with Paris Hilton, like back in the day. She was going to be somebody. I don't know. Then she married him. Like, okay, so, and then they got that weird ass house. Everybody, I mean, come on, that house is weird. We all know
It
that
was
house
weird.
is weird. It's
It was
weird.
weird.
It better have like a billion closets. That's the only way I could see that work out.
I need a billion closets.
House people. I don't know.
Girl,
you think Kanye West still smokes pot, or you think he quit marijuana and that's the whole problem?
you know something, you'd be surprised. Cannabis, and I'm being honest with listeners, cannabis can sometimes have a negative effect on certain people.
Certain people, yeah.
No, it's true.
No, I know, yeah.
I've had, I mean, we can both share, like, I've had negative experiences before. I've had bad trips. I've been there. I've just pointed it out. I mean, come on. Like, we've all had bad trips, no?
I mean, I've heard things about people with certain mental disorders. They shouldn't be smoking pot. What does our viewer say?
Oh, my God. Thank you, girl, so much. I'm sorry. So it was her dad.
Yeah. Her dad
was a well-known lawyer with the O.J. Simpson case. Yes.
Yeah. But they were like around those people,
Oh, okay. All right. Now, okay. So the rapper Ray J. Okay, got her. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, all right. I'm sorry. The pieces are clicking. Stone brain. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I don't really remember Kim Kardashian's history, and that's perfectly fine. Who the fuck was that?
Siri.
I don't think I've said fuck yet in the episode. So
you gotta say fuck, honey. This is a very explicit episode. There's a parental guidance sticker on the fucking cover for a reason.
She says, "I got you."
Thank you, girl.
I really, really like her. I like Margarita. She's like hanging out with us.
Yeah, she's gonna be on the podcast next week, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
I mean, I'm down. I'm down.
I'm fucking down too. Oh, yeah, we'll talk about this later, but
she says fuck.
Fuck. I know. I revealed.
She's like joining in.
Yeah. But kind of tying this in, because I think it's important, because I remember this because I was old enough to remember this. I remember when when Kim Kardashian and Kanye was together. I remember as a teenager, it just always felt uncomfortable. I always talked about it. It made me very uncomfortable.
Oh no, it was so gross. I can't believe it went on for so long.
I don't know. They just didn't. And I don't feel I'm the only person that feels this way. Like, I think we all saw there was something deeper in there in that connection. Like, how did they come together like that?
It's creepy. Though they're creepy. I don't know. It's so Hollywood to me. Like, it's so Hollywood to me. It just, like they're kind of just empty shell of a connection. Like this pretending all of these materialistic things, like, I don't know, just everything being photographed 24/7. Like, it's gross. And I guess maybe that made them perfect for each other. I don't really know.
See, shout out to our Freddie Mercury episode we did 2 weeks ago. Back in the day, a lot of celebrities were able to actually get themselves privacy, because there wasn't the internet, and they were able to control who can take pictures of them or people around them. And fast forward to today, we have this problem where there's the internet. I can't hold my phone. I have like an iPad, I have a phone, we have cameras and sensors and all these different things we can put everywhere. So for a person to have even somebody that's worth millions or billions of dollars to have privacy is very difficult. Sometimes it's nearly impossible. And that that I feel is something that is not looked upon. So here's another point I wanted to point out, and I heard about this on the J Area podcast. Muhammad Ali, he had Parkinson's towards the end of his life, and he got it because of the trauma of his career. You know, I mean, he was fucking Muhammad Ali, like one of the greatest boxers ever alive. And
Okay. I see what you're doing here.
yeah, and when you're an artist, sometimes what happens to what's her name? Amy Winehouse.
So you think that just like the trauma of being a celebrity, I mean, I feel like Hollywood does a number on people,
Oh,
you know?
especially Disney Channel young stars.
Like how, yeah, we've seen some stuff. Like I was
Hannah Montana.
saying, for a minute there, I thought, you know, that he was just fed up with the structure of things, and then he went all like, you know, I don't know. I mean, I guess it holds true. Like he he screwed up. You know, he's actually screwed up. Like he's he's not gonna say something. He's not gonna disagree with the norm in a way that I'm going to like. You know, like he's screwed up. Like I like it when somebody kind of like disagrees with the norm or like stands up and speaks out, you know, but like this is not nice. This is bad. And so that's what makes me think like yeah, he truly has issues. Like
Yeah.
genuinely. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Like maybe you understand me. I don't know how to explain myself
No, and
better.
I do understand you, and you make a lot of sense.
I'm trying to like grasp like a concept here that's like really
You know,
distant.
something like
I'm just
a great example I can think of is Mick Jagger. I mean, everybody knows who Mick Jagger is. I mean, he's the Rolling Stones. The guy is the same age as Biden, and he works out every single day. He gets up on stage, and he's an incredible performer. But for him to get where he is now in his late 70s took a lot of fucking balls. And he worked for that because he was in a career, in a world that wants you to die at 55 from some type of cancer, which happens a lot of the times. And it's such an unfortunate fact about Hollywood is the people that give us these incredible films, incredible music, and art. I mean, we're both fucking artists. We love art. I fucking love music and movies and film. But these people are treated like garbage.
yeah.
Worse than shit. It's like they sell their lives for us to be happy.
Yeah, and I think once you get into it, there's like once you get that far, I don't really know how you turn back.
Mm-mm.
I know I mean I've seen super rich people that have good values, treat people well, don't, you know, look down on people, help out, you know, whatever. I've also seen rich people that are so detached from everything that
Yeah.
they have no idea what the world is. Like genuinely like they don't understand the world. And I'm not saying I understand the world completely, but I mean I'm saying they don't
They
understand
can't.
anything.
They
Like
can't.
I mean, I've just seen rich people that are just straight up stupid as shit. Stupid as shit.
I'm not going to say names. I grew up in a community, and we had a neighbor. He's a very, very famous lawyer. Very famous. He treated my father like garbage. He was a bigot. He hated people of color. Hated people of color. Couldn't stand them.
Hmm.
But he was one of the top New York lawyers that won. I can't even count how many cases. I'm not pointing towards, white super. That's not the point of the story. All I'm saying is here, you have somebody that has incredible power, that is able to hide behind different curtains because they have the ability to. Those are some type of people, right? You then have these other type of people that they sweat blood, sweat, and tears to get where they've gotten. And they have sold their soul to the devil with their own knife that they've used to cut out their own heart.
What are you talking about? Just fucking with you.
In short, it's really deep. In short,
I get it. I'm just like, damn. And I'm keeping it stony. No, I agree. It's really awful.
No, but it's a really serious thing. It really is a serious thing to take in, right? It's the perspective of light and dark. Okay? That's the darkest perspective you can go to. Or somebody can take themselves when they're in that fame, in that world, and create something from it. You want to talk about somebody? Keanu Reeves. He's a prime example of this. He's an incredible actor, extremely famous.
Mm-hmm.
He's a very genuine human being. And you know why? He didn't look at it as selling his soul to the devil. He said, you know what? I'm going to make the best of my life, do the best that I can, and help as much as any person could.
Yeah, not be like a total shitbag.
There you go.
I feel like Kanye has a lot of fear, and that he always had a lot of fear. I feel like he's very fear-driven with a lot of his decisions. Like, I have this wild theory that he paid Kim Kardashian to marry him, or that it was some type of publicity marriage to keep him relevant.
I'm loving this.
It's just like some wild ass, like, if I was gonna write like a romance novel.
Yeah.
But I like to play with the idea of it. Like,
My love with Kimmy.
It's interesting because like she explained that he was saying that she married him, for publicity or something like that. And I actually kind of feel like it was the other way around. Like, I feel like she was more relevant when they got married, but I don't know. I mean, to me, I feel like Kanye is trying to manipulate things. Like your friend said, like trying to stay relevant, like who the fuck else would bring up Hitler? Like, come on.
Man's been dead for years, so who gives a fuck?
That's the other thing.
Let him stay dead, that motherfucker. Let that motherfucker rot.
Dead. Like, my friend today told me that Kanye said that the Jewish people need to forgive Hitler. And I was like, excuse me? Is that where? And that's the other thing. I'm like, where did you read this? And is that real? Or what article? And then there's like a billion articles on like everything, and I can't trust any of it. But I was like, excuse me, Hitler's fucking dead. Okay? And like nobody gets to tell anybody what they should do. Like, that's gross.
Can I explain something that I said earlier?
Is he continuing to say worse shit, or is that what he said from the beginning? I'm so uninformed about how terrible it all was.
You know what? Actually, there was an article I was going to read. These are important. Trying to remember which one it was. There's a couple. The Hitler one. Oh yeah. Okay, so this one is titled Hitler Album 2018.
Like, why the fuck are we talking about Hitler?
Look, you got into the girl. You got into the conversation.
Yeah,
So
go on.
West's former employees and collaborators recently said that West wanted to give his 2018 album, which was released with the title Ye. We're going to get into the Ye thing towards the end of the episode. It's a really cool thing I saw in the documentary. The title Hitler Instead. A business executive who worked with West.
Wait.
Slow down. I'm
What?
going to slow down. I'm going to slow it back.
Excuse me?
Yes.
No. Oh no. What? Did you just fucking say that? Is this not a Saturday Night Live episode? That wouldn't be funny.
This is
insane.
This is on. Okay. All right. You know what? I'm gonna copy this.
Ew, that's not allowed.
I'm gonna copy this article. I think I can add it here in the comments.
Ew, who wrote this article? I couldn't find anything that wasn't like a source that was like crap. Like all the sources were everything that's covering this is just crap.
This one is like it's like the cream of the shit. You know, like the right.
What is? I've never heard of forward.com.
Neither did I.
It's a Jewish independent nonprofit. There were so many Jewish like
independent nonprofits
that I could go to that were writing about this, but I was like, I haven't heard of these, and I'm not gonna like use like a Rolling Stone article. I was so upset about the articles, David. I looked at all the articles and they're all just like crap. Like I was like, I can't say that any of these are like anything to look at.
No, I know. I'm just saying this for shits and giggles. I don't even know if this is fucking real. I just like the title. You just said Hitler, and I was like, wait, there was something in this article that.
Yeah. He's gonna name his next album Hitler? Is that what you said?
Well, Hitler? That's what it's. Yeah, that's what it says in here.
People better not buy that. That's awful.
I hope not.
I don't like that.
No, I don't like that either.
Can't be real. If that shit happened.
Look, I'm not the one. First, okay, back the fuck off. Okay, first of all,
I'm sorry. Did I say something wrong?
No, you didn't say anything wrong. I'm just
back the fuck off.
Look, honey, I'm a New Yorker. I'm a little rough around the edges.
I'm walking here.
But
are you even a New Yorker if you don't have a puffer?
Jesus Christ. I don't like. First of all, I don't even know if this article is real. Like I said, I chose this article for literal shits and giggles.
I love it.
And I mean the shit that comes out. I mean, like ripe shit that comes right out of the ass.
I mean, it's like, terrible. It better not be true.
No, it's probably not. But who cares? It's fun to read. Okay.
Did you say ripe shit that comes right out? What did you say? What did you say? I heard that. It's like, what the fuck? I've never heard you say that.
It's shit journalism, okay? It's just fucking clickbait shit to get you into this like box of like we're anti him because he's all about anti-Semitism. You get it? It's like you're boxing him into. This is my problem with this. My problem is I have a problem that he said anti-Semitic shit. That I do have a problem with. What I have a problem with is how society is boxing this shit for me. I don't like when people box my shit for me.
Yeah, serve it up to you on every freaking media station possible.
You put that
including
fucking shit.
Us.
Put it back in the kitchen. I ain't touching that shit.
That's why I feel like it's intentional.
I think it is.
Yeah, it's fucked up. It's so mean. Like, why are Jewish people the scapegoat to get attention? Like, okay, so if it is just for attention, that's not fucking cool to like say terrible things about somebody's culture. I love the Jewish community. Like, oh my God, my whole life I have. It's just like ridiculous. Jewish, David, I love you. And I love, and my whole life I've had like a respect for it. And I just, what the fuck? Like, they shouldn't be used as like some way to get attention. like, and stay relevant. Like, that's disgusting. We all know what happened was terrible. It's a good thing that Hitler was stopped. Like, what the fuck? Like, why would you, it's got to be just for attention. And the thing is that it's something that a dumbass can understand, you know? Everybody
Yeah.
knows who Hitler is. Even the freaking idiot that, didn't graduate any type of anything at kindergarten
I
wouldn't
know what you
possibly
mean.
know who Hitler is, because I didn't really graduate either. So I was like, but like, I'm like,
Most people
seriously,
know he's a
anybody,
bad man.
yeah, everybody
Yeah.
would know. So like, it's
Sorry.
it's stupidity that anybody can digest. It's shit that can get anyone's attention, I
Cream of the
guess, is
crop.
what I'm trying to say.
Hmm?
I don't know. It's my
I don't
first
know either.
podcast. Damn it, leave me alone.
Jesus Christ, amen, hallelujah. The
Somehow
thing is,
David let me podcast with him. I don't know how he finally was like okay with it, but he's
yeah,
like,
I
"I'll let
know.
this bitch get on here." God,
I'm with our
he
fucking
regrets it
dog
all the
and
time. He's like, "God,
yeah, I mean with
this
your
bitch."
fucking dog and my fucking cat. Jesus Christ.
I'll let David talk for a while then.
What did I do?
You go ahead. You talk. Go ahead.
What why should I talk?
Because I've just been rambling about like stupidity for like ever.
I fucking love it. Listen, you gotta be able to love the flow, because sometimes the way to be able to understand complex people, interesting people, you gotta dig deep. And what I mean by that is just taking little avenues, taking little pieces, trying different things, putting little pieces together. Think about a conversation, it's never neat, it's never clean, it's raw. It's out there. It's open.
No, it sounds good. I know. I really wanted to do an unscripted podcast. Like, I thought that would be the
Podcast is
best.
supposed to be unscripted. This is what we're doing, is what podcasting is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You don't need a script. We can talk.
As we are. Uh, you watched a documentary, right?
Yeah, and the thing also to point out, and it's kind of the same thing. It's not the same thing, but I'm going to use comedy as an example because I know comedy is something to relate. Podcasting is not about just grabbing a microphone and start talking. People don't know this. I mean, people that are watching this live know this, and people that are going to be listening to podcasts will know this. We prepare for our episodes. We talk on the phone. We have conversations. We read things. I'll sometimes read books and articles. So we have a monologue. We know what we're going to be talking about. We have a base.
Well, yeah,
And
there's things that we've talked about that we want to, we want to bring up during the episodes and stuff. And
yeah, I mean, this has been kind of planned. I mean, we knew what kind of we were going to be talking about through the episode.
a little bit, because it's super organic. Like, we genuinely were talking about it because, I mean, you're Jewish, and so
I'm Jewish. I'm circumcised. Yay. And I'm gay. Oh, yay.
I couldn't believe it. I don't know. I still just think it's for attention, and I think it's disgusting. And I think it's quite possible that, he has a mental illness and that it could be strongly induced by the stress of his career. I don't
Makes
think that it's
sense.
an excuse,
No.
to be doing that kind of thing. But like I said, crazy is crazy. But crazy doesn't mean that you're not human, I don't know. But I'm not trying to excuse the person, all right?
I would use the term broken, because
Uh,
broken can be fixed. You know what? I feel we can be angry, right? Be pissed off. And that's okay. We should be angry and we should be pissed off. But at the same time, realize the world that he is a part of. And what it has done to people in general that are a part of that world. He took a, possibly a dark turn. We're not saying that, oh, he fucked up. It's fucking hard, okay? I don't really know celebrities. It's not the point. It's the point as an artist, you can understand it. I can understand it because we understand art stress. That's what it is. It's art stress.
I can't understand that, but I understand art stress. I feel
Which
like
is related in some way.
It's not gonna stop though. Like, this isn't where Kanye West is done being this way. Like, that's just my guess. Is like, I kind of feel like it hasn't completely escalated yet. In order to crash and burn, you got to speed up.
It's hard because I had a conversation with a gal in class. And I said to her, if you write segregation on a piece of paper, you write it like an essay, all beautiful and all typed up, and all the paragraphs are aligned and the sentences are put where they're supposed to, as well as the periods. It creates this very uneven picture. Yeah, that's it.
Segregation feels like unreal.
No, it's weird. It's like this. You're telling the person you get to be with your family, your friends, your community, people just like you. And you all get to take care of each other. Sounds magical. Sounds like fucking Disney World. And then when you put it into the real world, where people literally judge others because of a pigment called melanin that's in people's skin, they create this fucking utopia of segregation.
I've said before that it's just people don't like people that are different than them. Like, they don't.
Yeah, it is.
They don't like otherness.
Yeah, exactly. And then what segregation caused was you separated cultures. And then you denied these people that are like, oh, them colored folk, so you're not welcome here. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like you said, it's the fear factor. That's where it's all coming from. It's the fear factor. And it stems from there. Segregation has caused the deaths of so many lives, the destruction of so many people's careers.
Yeah.
And do we want to just keep on doing these justifications? You know what? If it's the Jews, let's fucking fight with the Koreans while we're at it. You know what? Let's fucking mess with the Mexicans while we're at it. You know what? Fuck them. Let's fucking mess with the Vietnamese or the Chinese. You know what? It just keeps on escalating over. When are we going to learn that the only way to fix our society is to not give a shit if we're from who knows fuck, where knows where? Who gives shit? Who cares? You want to live in a safe community, right? You want to be able to have your fucking parking spot, right? You want to make sure that your kids have a good school, right? You all kind of all want the same shit.
I don't know. Like, I know, yes, I agree with you, but then there's like those other people, that like
there are those other people.
They don't care. And they're like driving around drunk in a car with no insurance that's like stolen. You know what I mean? Like, there's like those people that want like a good life, like you just said, and then there's those other people.
That want the bad life.
Yeah, because somebody fucking backed into my car with a stolen car like 2 weeks ago.
And a
And,
BMW
like,
just parked in my parking spot, and they had to tow it.
mine was a Mercedes, the one that was stolen and backed into me.
Mine's a BMW. Oh my god, German
Fancy
cars. Woo.
I'll speed a
Yalla.
sec. I have it
Danke.
terrible.
Gooper, gooper.
I hate seeing my teeth this much on the podcast. I'm like, ugh, is that normal?
I mean, I'm wearing glasses, so my eyes look fucking weird as shit. In like, you know, this is what I look like without glasses. Whoopsie. Oh, I'm gonna take them off because I don't even know why I'm wearing my glasses. I mean, I can't really see you very well. Everything looks blurry.
You're like blind.
No, it's just I can't see far. It needs to be very big for me to actually see it. But anyway,
so you have to shower like that where you can't really see?
No. I know it's weird.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I have luckily always been able to see my whole life, but you know, I can understand. I can't see very far away.
I think that's also an important thing to bring up is sight. It's all about vision. See, this is another like thing that like it's like a thing about like artists. We have a way of how we envision like the world. Okay? And when we connect to certain things, we connect to that motherfucking shit. Real deep, honey. And I feel like Kanye is that kind of artist. Where he's also the kind of artist where he delves deep. You know? It's...
I'm so sick of thinking about Kanye.
I know, we should stop talking about fucking Kanye.
No, I mean, like, this is our Kanye episode, but aren't you, like, sick of Kanye already?
Just a little plug. Just a little plug. I still fucking love Cypress Hill.
Aww. You know, I just, like...
I love 80s rap. Oh, I fucking love 80s rap. That's my jam. Like, early 90s, 80s, and late 70s.
Your eyes are so much redder with no glasses.
I know. I mean,
Look
I have also...
I can, like, see I can see your eyes.
I know. And also I have dry eyes, which I have to take care of, but I don't. Because...
How come you don't wear contacts, David?
My eyes get too irritated.
Oh. Oh, you're sensitive.
Yeah, I'm... Listen.
Oh, you're blushing.
Oh my god. Okay, listen. All right.
You're pretty.
Jesus Christ. See, this is the problem when you have a host that knows your deepest, darkest secret, which is I try to give a very like manly perspective, like approach, but I really am not. And most
you are.
I really am not. It's just a fucking facade. I am as femgirl as you fucking get. And honey, if you put me in heels, girl, if you put me in heels, honey, I'm all over the dance floor. I'm all over this motherfucking dance floor. Okay, honey, my ass is on that motherfucking dance floor, and you know that. Okay, that's really me. I just don't. I don't know. I'm more like, hello, welcome, enjoy.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just this is how I come off. It's more serious, Dave. Serious, Dave.
I feel like you're versatile.
I have to be. I've always had to be versatile. I've always had to be able to adapt to different situations and experiences.
Unlike Kanye, who seems to not be able to adapt.
Well, again, remember, you have different artists. Each artist develops around their community. What do I mean by that? When you're a part of the digital art realm, you know, it's usually people that are like programmers and tech, sometimes industrial artists, you know, like people that create things out of metal. They might be really into that, like using certain types of electronics. The same thing that goes with rap. There's different like groups within rap that have certain jams. They bring in Jamaican roots. Like Trinidadian rap. Bringing in that culture. From what I can understand as a person, being able to hear the music and be able to hear like what they're giving off and that vibe. It's hard. It's hard to process shit like this because I don't want to be one of those people that has to process this. Because to me, it doesn't make any sense.
I stay away from the news a lot, but somehow this one like bled
It's
through.
hard. I know it's hard to get away to. And we didn't really want to do an episode on this, but we did it because we felt it was important to have a real fucking conversation about this. With this bullshit article and him and Jeffree Star might be fucking, which
in
I
Wyoming,
want to see that on
possibly.
People Magazine.
In Wyoming, they said that was maybe why they both moved to Wyoming. I don't know. I've always been very suspicious of Jeffree Star. Like, I just feel like he's questionable. I don't know why. Like, I just get this. He rubs me the wrong way. Like, I'm suspicious of him.
If I could put Caitlyn Jenner and Jeffree Star, I could see them at the same table. I'm going to leave it at that. I can see them at the same table.
Do you think that all of our viewers know who Jeffree Star is?
Probably not, and I don't urge you to ever find out who this. I don't even.
Yeah, you're like, just let it go if you don't know.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't. It really doesn't matter to the story about Kanye West, which we've been talking about for an hour and 6 minutes. Yes,
that's what my friend was saying about Kanye. Basically, people just hate him. They hate Kanye. I just hear so much hate about him.
I'm disappointed. I don't hate him. I'm disappointed.
What comes next? What's next? I don't know.
My family always reminds me of anti-Semitism. And, I mean, for me, I look like I'm fucking Hispanic and people speak to me Spanish all fucking day and I can't stand it. But I do worry about anti-Semitism because there are many people like me that don't deserve persecution. Yeah. We're good people. We're good, hard fucking people. And we don't get to be put into concentration camps and be tortured and mutilated. And you know what? I'm going to say this on this fucking podcast. We need to recognize that in the Holocaust, fucking black people, gypsies, gays, Jews, and among many other groups were slaughtered in the fucking concentration camps. Okay?
Yeah.
We got to recognize that all fucking life didn't matter. And we need to get our heads out of our fucking asses and smell the fucking flowers. And I mean that fucking seriously.
He's fucking crazy. He's fucking crazy, okay? If Hitler had taken over the world, there'd be no Kanye West, okay?
No.
There'd be no fucking hip-hop. There'd be no Kanye West. There'd be no Twitter, okay? You can shut your stupid mouth. There'd be no Twitter. Like, shut up. How can, like, is he even... No, he's not thinking at all, dude. How do you even know there'd be the fucking internet if Hitler had taken over? Like, come on. Dumbest stoner shit I've ever said. But, like, come on. Like, he needs to, like, shut the fuck up.
Oh my god. You're hilarious.
But for real, like, he's like, no. Like, I wish I could talk to him and smack him on his little face and be like, stop. Stop it.
The problem is we take things too seriously. We're very. The problem with people today is, and I'm going to be honest, we're like fucking marshmallows. Okay, we're so soft. We can't take um what's what's the word I'm looking for? We can't take um. Gotta help me over here.
You can't take any type of criticism.
Criticism. That's the word I'm looking for. You can't take any type of criticism from people. It's like, ooh, you're coming after, my feelings. Da, da, da. I'm like, oh my god, you hurt me. Oh my god, I need to go to a therapist now for 12 years. Oh my god. Stop being such a fucking baby. What the fuck is wrong with you?
There's nothing
It's
wrong
like
with therapy.
something's definitely fucking wrong with their therapy. We unfortunately live in a society of fucking weak people with weak, stupid minds, and they do a lot of stupid, dumb shit. And
I think there's a lot of assholes
oh
too that
fuck
just like
yeah,
do
I know.
mean shit. Like you were saying, like in Hollywood, there's just a lot of people that have just been chewed up and spit out. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
There's a lot of shitty people too.
I know there is, and it's like I said earlier. Like, I'm not angry. I feel disappointed because I could I could picture this coming from somebody else. And I know, like, Kanye's had said weird shit over the years. I know that. We've all know that. But for me, I could never think of something like this. I don't know. It's just
No,
that's just how I feel. I don't think I could have ever pictured it to go to this level.
it almost seems kind of like cliche,
I
like
know.
just like the obvious worst thing you could say. Like, I don't know. Like, it's really awful. That's why I just, suspicious. Very suspicious of the whole thing. I'm sorry, David.
What?
Where'd your glasses go?
My glasses are on the table. I'm just breathing in and out. Just doing like I don't know. I like to do little breathing exercises, people to clear my mind and my thoughts.
That's smart. I've never tried doing it during the podcast.
No, it's important to take in what you're hearing from the other person.
Oh,
Be-
the the rich people feel so far from me. Like I said, like it's just like I live really just a few miles, from some of those people, and like my life is so different. Like everything that I experience is so different.
There's a difference, though. Those people that came from nothing and became something, they were once in our situations. So whether they are not in our situation, they can relate because they once were there themselves. They can never hide from who they really were to become what they are now. Sorry if I'm being very wordy, but this is what happens when you mix marijuana and Dave. I like to get very poetic. We all
No,
know
I
this.
I think that's cool. I mean, of
I
course,
like
I
it.
start thinking about myself. I'm like, well, it's great that I wouldn't be able to escape my past self because my past self was like, really hardworking.
No, it's true. No, 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 no. You're making a good point. It's it's where you expect more from yourself than you actually can give,
I don't know.
right?
Yeah, I expect more than you can give.
Yeah.
I try not. I try not to do it. I'm extremely critical of myself, especially about like the way that I take care of my body. I get like super super critical about that. Like I'll be like, "Oh, shouldn't have stayed up late. I should be drinking more water. Like I get like mean, like critical. Like it's like this voice in my head that's like, well, did you have to eat that? Like it's just like, whoa, like, it's like someone else, like a mean version of me.
It's a different it's a different part of yourself.
I imagine that's what it's like. It's like that worst part of what you can picture of yourself. Like if everybody listening can envision their worst self, that's got to be like
Oh
what's going
God.
on.
Yeah. Ooh. More
Like when your worst
comments.
self just like takes over, you know? Ouchies.
What ouchies? What did you who did you hurt?
My dog is stepping on my leg and it kind of hurt.
Oh. Yeah.
Ouchies. He's
God, we
looking
went
at
from
me.
I love this.
I don't know. You
It's
think we're
just,
done?
what are you doing? Honey, that's my job. I get to end the motherfucking podcast.
Fine. Okay, it's your job then.
Yeah, well, it has to be. I mean, it doesn't have to be my job. I
I'm kidding with
mean,
you.
I think like something that struck me like also is timing. Just how everything is been going on. Like you mentioned earlier about Elon and taking over Twitter, and people that were banned are coming on now, back from the grave. Duh.
Twitter grave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gonna have like
birds that
the
have fallen birds.
we're adding special effects for some fucking reason. We don't need them. We're just
We're
adding
just
them in.
pretending to be birds because we
Yeah.
like our little creative concept.
Yeah. Of a rotting corpse bird in front of a grave.
Yeah, the timing is significant. I
Yeah, it
think.
is.
I why does he get kicked off? And are they going to continue to kick people off Twitter or suspend them or whatever? Is that going to happen?
I would love to see more of his comments.
I wonder what type of pressure Elon Musk was under. He's like, I have to.
Put it like this. Elon has a lot of goals as an alien. But I think his ultimate goal is making sure we get to the mothership of his species. I am dead fucking serious. I believe he is a motherfucking alien, okay? This is coming from this fucking stoner. He is a motherfucking alien, I'm telling you.
I never heard of him until
I don't know how to respond to that.
I love that.
Fucking Siri. Shh. I didn't ask you about fucking Elon. Shut the motherfucking up about. No, don't you dare. No.
Shh. Ask my Alexa questions.
No, you don't do that. You don't ask. This is a problem when you have an Apple Watch, okay? It's not great for podcasting because the second you say something, she starts fucking talking.
That's cute and funny.
I know, and I was really loud about it too, so I'm not ashamed.
I'm just like worried about what'll happen moving forward. I also want to question because it's like Kanye West has had these interviews where he's had the opportunity to say these anti-Semitic things, and it's like, who the fuck is giving him this stage for this? This is awful. Like, why are we asking these questions on a platform anyways? It's fucking weird.
Think about it like this. I think it was Felix Anderson or something. Let me fact check this. Hold on. Scroll down.
No such thing.
Hold on.
Do you hear
Tucker
me?
Carlson.
No such thing as fact checking.
Oh, right, I forgot this is fake. Chris Como. It's really hard. Oh, here. The Lex Friedman podcast. Okay, can I read this? I know it's pure bullshit, but I'd love to read this while I'm smoking my joint.
So you know You know that it's pure bullshit? Yes, read the pure bullshit to us, David.
In an attempt to elicit remorse from Kanye, Jewish podcaster. Oh, I have to wear my glasses. I can't see.
Jewish podcaster Dave said that Kanye was crazy.
Okay. Jewish podcaster Lex Friedman, MIT professor who is best known for interviewing controversial figures.
I'm like, shit, okay.
I know, including Joe Rogan and Jordan Peterson,
Oh
who
my
has on his
God.
podcast. Wait. Unsurprisingly, he failed.
Everybody's doing exactly what we just talked about. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay,
Where
can you
everyone,
repeat that?
Okay, in an attempt to elicit remorse from Kanye, Jewish podcaster Lex Friedman, an MIT professor who is best known for interviewing controversial figures, including Joe Rogan and Jordan Peterson, which is also he's a professor, had West on his podcast. Unsurprisingly, he failed where everyone else had. West used the time to blame Jews from a, quote, Holocaust against black people and said that the phrase, quote, Jewish media was redundant. He also blamed a Jewish doctor and a Jewish personal trainer for revealing his medical issues to the media. Friedman attempted to point out the danger in making broad statements against Jews, but West refused to rescind or apologize, asking instead, quote, where's our apology? Oh my God, I was a journalist for a fucking minute. I loved it.
Oh, you did a really good job.
Thank you.
I feel like, no, it was, this sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't think I've ever heard that before. I'm laughing at how stupid he is. Like, I'm just like, oh God. Like, so some people hate each other, dude. It's not okay.
No, it's not okay. It's not. And I really hope this doesn't escalate. You know, it's an unfortunate situation, and I don't think it's handled correctly. I think the way that it's being handled is just fueling the fire. They're approaching this the wrong way, in my opinion. And you know what? I can say I feel like a lot of people would agree with me. It's not being handled correctly. I mean, fuck, it doesn't work. I mean, if Lex Friedman, I've listened to Lex Friedman.
Who's gonna do anything? Like, who's the person that could do anything about it? You can't throw somebody in prison, you know, for saying shitty things. Like, the only person that can do anything about it is like they can like cancel him out of like culture, stop selling his CDs, like, you know, stuff like that. Like, there's nobody that can really like do anything about somebody like being a dick like this, you know? It's like a crime that's like not really like a crime. It's odd. Do you get what I mean?
I know what you mean.
I don't know. It's interesting that they, you know, are talking about like not selling his music and things like that, whatever. I mean, I do. I think a lot of it's for attention.
I know. No, and it's hard to swallow.
I don't know. Maybe he is just like a nasty ass racist.
He might be, but it's hard to swallow because it's like I mentioned earlier. It's like the same thing with Michael Jackson. It's like you love his music, but then there's the other part of him that you can't stand. How
I didn't love
could you?
Kanye. Yeah, I didn't like his music that much. Like, I would admit that it used to be good, but I wasn't like crazy about it. It's not like if I, you know, found out that like my favorite artist was like, you know, a rapist or something, I'd be pretty upset.
I I understand that. I'm just saying, like, for the listeners that are Kanye fans, that's how it would, I mean, that's how it would feel. You're
Yeah.
a fan of his music.
Oh, yeah. It has been like a slow decline. Remember the Taylor Swift thing?
Taylor Swift.
Yeah, he like got up on stage and like said something during like the Oscars when Taylor Swift like won like best new video or something.
What did he say?
I don't remember. I think that she won the award instead of Beyonce, and he wanted to go up and like say that it was bullshit. So it must have been like best female artist, or I don't really know
Oh
what
my
happened.
God.
Obviously, I don't know what happened. I should have pulled up the fucking
Jesus
article.
Christ.
But
It's like the shit train just keeps on going.
yeah, he
And
like walked up on stage, but that was so long ago. And that's what I'm talking about is like he already knows how the public responds to stuff like this. But it's, I mean, they're two very different things that happened. Did you hear about how much Taylor Swift tickets cost?
I know.
Did I tell you that the Adele tickets were up to $40,000 a piece?
I know. Listen, people like Adele. What can you say? I mean, look, if you have $40,000, why not spend it?
Okay. So as I try and look for an article that says something about Kanye West and Taylor Swift, all I have is the New York Post, Vanity. Who the fuck else is here? They all suck. What is... No, I don't even know. What is Vox.com? Never heard of that. Cosmopolitan? Not a reputable
You know what
source.
Vox is? Yeah, I love how you just skipped over it.
What is it?
It's a media.
Yeah, but it's
company.
probably just like some random ass. I don't know.
Honey,
New
they're
York
all
Post.
Honey, they're
They all
sweetie.
suck.
Sweet.
Pitchfork.
I
None of
know.
them are like, what?
Reliable. I know.
Billboard. Nothing's reliable. They all
No.
fucking suck.
I know.
Wikipedia.
Okay, well, Wikipedia kind of sucks too. But
that's what I'm saying. Like,
it's
they're
not very
bad.
accurate.
Pop Sugar. Yeah. Business Insider. Yeah. They all suck.
Yeah, you
can't
can't
read
jerk
a
off to
Reddit
them,
post.
unfortunately. You used to.
Yeah,
That got
so,
really
like,
inappropriate real quick. Huh?
I don't know. There was like a music feud between the two of them, Kanye West and
Yeah.
Taylor Swift. I don't know what he said, but I guess it went on for a long time. They don't like each other. It was
I
the
mean,
VMA.
it kind of makes sense. I mean, it's no offense. I mean, I like Tyler. I like some of Taylor Swift's music. Some. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm okay with Tay Swift because I worked on one of her tours like a really, really long time ago. But that doesn't mean that I'm
Ooh.
okay with like everything that Taylor Swift has ever done and does.
No.
It's just like, I just
Was she a bitch to you?
No, not at all. She was really nice. I mean, I didn't really work with her. I worked with her dancers.
She never actually got to meet her.
I saw her, but I didn't get to talk to her. Nope.
You should have been able to talk to
in the
her.
trailer.
You gotta talk to her, honey. You should have been like, you pretty.
She was so tall.
Yeah. You just go, that's like my dream is just go up to her and just be like, you pretty. And just walk away. That's it.
Yeah, there's this picture of Kanye West, like, and he's like on stage. He apparently took the microphone and is talking to the crowd. A lot of people hate Taylor Swift. I don't know what she did. I haven't heard about that.
I think it's just her look. I think that's what it is. I think it's just like the
being
See,
white.
that's the thing about like, like we mentioned earlier, and this was like we're gonna tie everything up and close up shop. And close up shop, honey. Cause
is
it's
time.
time. It is
Closing.
time. Where they do this for attention, like we mentioned earlier. It's attention driven, unfortunately.
Who's gonna drive you home?
To Sex City.
Oh.
Oh yeah, baby. Real raw, real hot. Want to end it here?
Next week there'll be another podcast at this same time. We will start obviously a few minutes after 6 o'clock.
Because it so far has never been exactly 6 due to technical difficulties.
6:07. Yeah, this time was wait, 6:10 maybe? I don't know. But we're two stoners. Q in next week. We're gonna have a guest, Margarita.
Margarita.
You're gonna hang out with us. We're gonna find something fun to talk about. So come back. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much.